Vital signs are one of the first things you learn in any medical program, and vital signs are the key to getting valuable information for your patient's health. It's your favorite 4'10" nurse here, and today we're going over vital signs. There are 5 major vital signs: blood pressure, oxygen, temperature, heart rate, and respirations. Typically, vital signs are measured during various situations, such as going to the hospital or before a certain medication. Today, the first vital sign is blood pressure. Let's just say we're looking at a healthy adult. Their normal blood pressure is 120/80. Every patient does have a different baseline. Let's just say we're not looking at a healthy adult. Let's look at low blood pressure, aka hypotension, meaning the blood pressure is 90/60 or anything below that. Other than hypotension, there's hypertension, which is high blood pressure, and it consists of 3 stages. Stage 1 is, you're all right. Stage 2, it's not that great, but you're okay. And stage 3, go to the dang hospital. And the way to measure your blood pressure is, the usual electronic arm cuff or the wrist cuff, or the manual way with the spigometer. Let me show you an example of what not to do.
Oh my God! Wait! Your blood pressure! What? You're not gonna help me up?
That's not good.
Okay, now let me show you the real way to do it. Okay, so this is my blood pressure machine. So the first thing you're gonna do is make sure it's plugged in. Then you can ask the patient whatever arm they prefer. Any arm you prefer? Okay, make sure when you put it on, this is like down. And it has to go about right on their tricep. You can ask if they can hold this. Make sure it is tight but not too tight. And then ask them to rest their arm on their thigh. And now it goes. You can let them know it's gonna get really tight in the beginning, but just to relax and sit still, and it'll slowly deflate. And that is how you take the blood pressure with the electronic machine. Your blood pressure is high, are you okay? The second vital sign today is oxygen saturation, for short, O2. The normal value for oxygen ranges from 95 to 100%, but that's not including the patients with COPD. The main way to measure your oxygen saturation is putting that little clip on any of your fingers, and it's called the pulse oximeter. That same device can also measure your heart rate as well. The third vital sign today is heart rate or pulse, whatever you want to call it. So the normal range for your normal heart rate is 60 to 100 beats per minute. Maybe what you learned in nursing school, the way you can measure your heart rate is manually putting your 2 fingers on your wrist, your neck, your elbow, or even the top of your foot. To make things speed up, to check your heart rate, you can also use your blood pressure monitor or the pulse oximeter. But to make things speed up, make sure to count your pulse for 1 minute if you're doing it manually. Moving on to the next vital signs, number 4 is respirations. This one is not that common, but you have to learn it in nursing school. This is the normal respiration rate. To measure your respiration rate, you are counting how many times the chest rises. So go ahead and relax your body and sit still and count your breaths for 1 minute. The last vital sign today is temperature, and that's one of the easiest ones to know. The normal range for your temperature is, the most common way to take your temperature is using a non-contact thermometer. Let me show you how. 97.5, and it doesn't even have to touch his head. You can take the temperature in many ways, such as orally, the forehead, the armpit, and the butt. But don't worry, that's mainly for the kids.
Huh?
There you have it, folks, the 5 main vital signs. And if you ever forget it, just remember broth. Not chicken broth, broth. Blood pressure, respirations, oxygen, and temperature and heart rate. Now that you know each vital signs, go ahead and help a patient out.
I need some assistance.
All right.